Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at Milestone Capital Growth Portfolio.com, and we are going to check out the markets and see where we're going, how we're getting there, and the time frame we're getting there. So we'll play this as we see it. Make sure you join us live in the chat room for continued daily fun and huge profits. That's for sure. LL was our big one last week. Got some major profits off that. So the Dow. You can see that from a technical aspect, okay, we had the double bottom, the 100-day held, actually triple now, and we shot up, and guess what we hit? Hit the trend line. We didn't hit it the day before, but we did hit it on Friday. So Thursday we rocketed back up. Friday we said, nope, we're not going to break through the trend line. So guess what? We are in a downtrend and it will continue because we are under the 50-day moving average. Relative strength index is at 45. Is this 100-day going to hold, or are we going all the way to the 200? Tough to say right now, but bear with us and join us in the chat room and you will see. How's the SPY doing? SPY, same thing. Came outside, held the 100, and just squeaked underneath the 50 here. If this does not hold, and you can draw the same trend line, it's pretty cool because these trend lines work. You could see it, nailed it, and said, nope, we're not going to get into an uptrend. We're going to stay in this downtrend. We do have this 190 gap right in the 202 gap right in this area, and if you want to play it safe and be projected, you could see that by the 30th we're going to have that filled. That's pretty much dummy proof that that's going to take place. Could get the hammer down to the 200-day moving average like we did here and a few other times, and I think that's what we're going to do. The Russell, how's the Russell doing? Russell, all right, Russell looks a little bit stronger than the other two, that's for sure. Bounced off the 50, came up, and it's barely held the middle Bollinger Band, but it has held it, so you have to keep a close eye on this one. But I do have lower gaps that need to get filled here in different support areas. You can see, we'll get rid of these here. Let's delete all drawings here for this. And right now it's pretty much in a tight pattern. I mean, we can come off this high right here and run it this way, but we're going to do it a little bit closer just because that's the way we're doing it right now. So if we're going to look at these tops right here, run it this way, and then you have the bottom trend over here. Okay, so we're pretty much coming into a tight area. So we're in a downtrend and we're in an uptrend at the same time. So we'll have to see here if this mess is going to hold or not. I'll drop this down a little bit. And if it doesn't, be prepared for this thing to head south pretty quick. If it does, though, we're going to start heading up. Another way to look at it too, if you're doing this for a longer time frame, you can look at the monthly here. Okay. It is holding the middle Bollinger Band, holding it really tight. It does want this gap up here at 172, and I do think it's going to get it eventually. You know, we were down here at the low of 35, and we're already up here. So it's really starting to trend to the upside, and it's going to get a little bit more interesting here. So if you want to go long term on this, I think you're very good to get the 172 from here, another 70 points, and you're going to see the derivative oscillator start to climb. It's getting ready to shoot back over the zero, and when it does, it's going to get a little more aggressive over here. Relative strength index is at 59, so we could definitely get up into the bottom of these candles for some resistance here. That's where we are right now. Perfect. Now that we see that, I'm much more intrigued. Okay, so you can see how that's acting as resistance right now. So once that breaks there, we're going to get pretty bullish to the upside and come up to this next rack. The next rack is going to be a little bit higher, so and that's right here. So we'll keep an eye on that. And it's actually really close to this right here. So give yourself a few months, and I think you're going to get back up here. So that looks really good. Let's see. NASDAQ. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'll do this. We'll do the ComQ. Okay, so this one rocked over the top here, and we're going to stay on this monthly just for a second here, so you could see we're back to the old high on that one, and that's what they wanted. But you could see here the important move that the relative strength index is starting to do. All right, starting to turn to the downside, and you can see your stochastics is also doing the same, and your derivative oscillator really not too much exciting. So if we bring this back to the daily, you can see here on the daily that it's doing the same thing as the Dow and getting to pull pull down a little bit more, but we do have this gap down, lower gap down here that we're going to come get eventually, and that's right about, whoops, that's right about 43. Yep, 43. So 43, we should get that filled, and you can see where your potential top is. Top side here, where that hammer was, is up here. So we'll look at gold also, and then we're going to look at silver real quick. And so gold had the pattern to the downside. It did break it, had a beautiful move to the upside, filled a couple of gaps. So we'll get rid of this now. And you can see it's been pulling back down pretty solid. And what I think we're going to do is we'll get rid of this line too, because there's no need for that one. What we want to do is start working off of these candles here, because we're going to get oversold. And then we're going to move to the upside. So you have this gap right here at 114, 115 that needs to get filled. And then you have your low support right here, where it is right now. So it could get very interesting here. Relative strength index is at 26. I think we can shoot back over this here and get one of these, one or two of these gaps filled on this bounce. Is one here, and we also have another one right here. So for short-term gold, what you want to take place first, you could probably take a position now and move it up to 115, probably get $5 out of that there, and then up here to the 125 once it breaks this blue line. So keep an eye on that, okay? All right, this is Matt. We're going to go over silver and other stuff. We're going to play in the chat room. So if you're not a member, make sure you join us. We have a lot of stuff going on, huge gap plays on the member video tonight, and we have about 40 alerts getting ready to be launched this week. So if you want to make some money, make sure you join us. We will see you there at milestonecapitalgrowthportfolio.com. Have yourself a great night.